Hello, everybody out there. My name is Kevin, and this is really my first video on talking about this. I wanted to talk about hydronitis, um, suppurativa. Is that's how you say it? I don't know. It'll be in the title. I'm not sure how to say it, but um, I just wanted to basically tell my story and put awareness out there about you know what it is and what I had to go through, and I'm sure a lot of other people who have this horrible condition, this diabolical condition, has gone through. And I've seen some videos on people who have it much worse than I do. Um, I'll share some treatments that I used to try to keep it under control, which we all know there really is no keeping it under control because it can pop up at any time. Um, you know, Usually the worst times. Uh, um, for one, this is a skin condition, if you want to call it. Some people call it hydronitis. Some people call it acne inversa. Um, but anyways, whatever you call it, it's horrible. But what this it really does is it creates canals underneath your skin. So it's sort of like a big pimple underneath your skin that just fills up with pus and stuff like that. And it's very delicate to the touch. And it um, usually shows up underneath the arms, in between the inner thighs, near the genital area, um, uh, on your waist. A lot of places where a lot of places where your clothing or your skin just in general can rub together. Um, it's not caused because you're overweight. It's not caused because you're a certain race or you use certain shampoo or anything like that. Um, that's just you're predisposed of having it. Um, and So my story begins when I was about let's see, I was about 24. I started a new job. All of a sudden, I noticed a red spot developing on my waist area, and so I decided to just ignore it, saying, "Oh, maybe it's just a little rash. It'll go away." It didn't go away. It was right where my waist was, where my belt, and I work a warehouse job, so there's a lot of bending over, reaching, twisting, and everything like that. And it got to the point where the pain was so painful that every time I it rubbed against that little rash area, it was the most excruciating pain I've ever felt. I've never broken a bone in my body, so I can't tell you how that feels. But I've had stuff hyperextended, so I could get a good idea on what it feels like to break a bone or whatever. Um, but it was unlike any other pain I've ever felt. Um, and since it was on my waist and so close to my genitalia area, I was embarrassed, which I know a lot of you probably out there who have it around that area. When you first found out about it, you're embarrassed. You know what I mean. You don't like to go to the doctors and have a doctor looking down there and everything. It's just it's what I mean, and it eats away. It eats away at your self esteem. You can't wear certain clothes. You get scar tissue on where these, what I call them, breakouts, um, appear. So what a breakout is that, you know, it can be anywhere from a size of a pea to a size of a quarter, you know, and it bulges, you know, it gets filled up and it bulges out of your skin, and the only really way to deal with that is to go to your dermatologist, and hopefully you get a good one who knows what he's talking about. And I know there's people out there, do a search. There's people out there that have home remedies that work for them. Um, so that's always good. But so yeah. So um, what was I saying? I was saying that, you know, so it was so painful that I couldn't work. You know, I had to describe to my boss what was going on. You know, um, I just was so embarrassed. So, you know, my boss was kind enough to you know, work with me. You know what I mean? So, you know, as the years gone on, there was times where I had to call out of work because I couldn't get out of bed because I had three or four of them on my inner thigh, and and it was just so painful. And I would spend all day literally with a pen and a thing of alcohol, trying to pop these things to release the pressure, because that's the only way I would get any kind of relief is to do that and release the pressure. Release the pressure, push out all the pus, and it's, you know, it sounds, push out all the pus and stuff. It's gross. So what I wanna what I wanna say to you also is what I did to sort of not control it, but reduce the amount of outbreaks that I have. Um, as you can see, I'm a pretty big boy. I'm almost 300 pounds. Um, but as I said before, weight doesn't cause it, because when I first got the outbreak, I wasn't 300 pounds. Um, and also, and it can affect your ability to work out and lose weight. You know what I mean? And that's another self esteem thing, is that, you know, you want to get up, you want to get out, you want to lose weight, you want to look good, you want to look and feel better, but you can't, because you're bedridden with these sores on you, and it's, you know, and to me, I want to get the awareness out there, because to tell you the truth, there's so many people out there with this condition that we know of, and then there's so many people out there with this condition that we don't know of, because that are going through the same things that I did and that other people did, and that are just, you know, embarrassed, just are totally embarrassed to go to the doctors and say, hey, look, what's wrong, you know. So fortunate, I guess fortunate enough that my skin was being nice to me, and I found a nice dermatologist who basically prescribed me antibiotics. Now, I know a lot of people out there who have this condition say, yeah, you know, the antibiotics, they really don't work, this and that. They worked for me. Um, I don't have any home remedies that I use, but the antibiotics worked for me. Um, it was, he gave me stuff that people usually take for urinary tract infections. It's called Bactrim, Bactrim. I don't know if you guys if you ever heard of it, but yeah, that's what it's called. And so I've been taking that for a while now. I've been taking the Bactrim probably for about 10 years now or so. And like I have a sore right now, right underneath my arm, right, and it's killing me. I got a Band-Aid over it, which helps with the, you know, with the rubbing when I move my arms and stuff. So as you see, it still hasn't gone away. It's still there, and I get a reminder of it all the time. You know, and I just want to make awareness to people out there to speak out, speak on this video. Leave me a link to something where we might be able to get in touch if you want, so we can try to beat this thing, try to figure out how to stop this, because it's diabolical. It's ruining people's lives. I've seen pictures where people have it so bad, and I feel so bad for them. And there's nothing that they can do about it. You know what I mean? And I just don't think that enough people are coming forward with this condition, and saying something. And I also um, am guilty for that, because this is my first video about it, and I'm sort of asking for somebody out there with this condition, or somebody who might want to um, make awareness about this, so we can try to find some way to get people started looking into this, to get it right, to try to fix it, or at least you know um, you know keep the symptoms and the outbreaks, the breakouts, to a minimum. Um, another thing, HS, we call it, hydrogenitis. Hydrogenitis is not contagious. You can't catch it. You know what I mean? If you were to touch one of my sores on my arms, you wouldn't catch it. It's not contagious. That's the people out there, let you guys know that it's not contagious. You know, and it keeps you from doing the things that you want, that you like to do. Go out to go out to the beach and take your shirt off. You know what I mean? Be intimate with your partner without having to say, "Hey, listen, I got to keep my shirt on because I have a skin condition." You know what I mean? I mean, come on, who starts off a night of intimacy with saying that, except for people with HS, or somebody else with a skin condition? Um, Excuse me, getting a little dry, but so I'm gonna leave it at that. If anybody could please just get a hold of me, so um you know maybe we can figure out a way to get this ball rolling here, because I really would like to um I really would like to get the awareness out there, so we can all feel better about ourselves, and just feel better in general. You know what I mean? And everybody out there with this skin condition, keep fighting the good fight. Look into the Bactrim thing. I'm sure somebody out there probably tried every single antibiotic out there, but it's worked for me. So that's something I want to share with you, and just keep fighting the good fight, and keep on moving, and we'll try to figure this thing out. All right. So this is Kevin signing off. Thank you very much for taking your time to listen to my rant here. Thank you very much.